Good evening. Thank you all for being here tonight. This service is very different from every other service throughout the Christian year. This is the one service where there is no good news. And so tonight we will take ourselves on a journey. This will not simply be an intellectual experience. There will be sounds and silence and feelings. And we invite you to experience all of that. We won't be reciting a book. We'll be telling a story. It is not a pleasant story. And when all the world is running forward to Easter, we understand that there's something about what happened on Good Friday that has to be gone through to make Easter have any meaning. So that's why we take this journey every year. So I invite you to listen to the sounds, the silence, to be aware of the darkness, the belittlement, the betrayal, the violence, the despair. Easter will come. But tonight we join Jesus in the conversation from the cross.
Please join me responsively for the call to worship. Lift your voice and call out to God.
Wait, trust, listen.
We believe God is still speaking.
Even as this night breaks our hearts again.
My God, what have we done?
As the light dies away, we watch and pray.
Let us pause for silent image. Hear now Lent's promise. Lent's promise is that though the journey is often difficult, challenging, heartbreaking, dark, even lonely, death is not the last word. God gets the last word, and behind our confession comes the word forgiveness. On this Good Friday stop on our Holy Week journey, know that even in the darkness of Good Friday, we are forgiven. That's Lent's promise. Amen?
The first lesson from Mark 14. You will all fall away, Jesus told the disciples, for it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I have risen, I will go ahead of you into Galilee. Peter declared, even if all fall away, I will not. I tell you the truth, Jesus answered. Today, yes, tonight, before the rooster crows twice, you yourself will disown me 3 times. But Peter insisted emphatically, even if I have to die with you, I will never disown you. And all the others said the same.
The second lesson is found in Mark chapter 14. They went to a place called Gethsemane, and Jesus said to his disciples, "Sit here while I pray." He took Peter, James, and John along with him, and he began to be deeply distressed and troubled. "My soul is overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death," he said to them. "Stay here and keep watch." Going a little farther, he fell to the ground and prayed that if possible the hour might come from him. "Abba," he said, "everything is possible for you. Take this cup from me, yet not what I will, but what you will." Then he returned to his disciples and found them sleeping. "Simon," he said to Peter, "are you asleep? Could you not keep watch for 1 hour? Watch and pray so that you will not fall into temptation. The spirit is willing, but the body is weak." Once more he went away and prayed the same thing. When he came back, he again found them sleeping because their eyes were heavy. They did not know what to say to him. Returning a third time, he said to them, "Are you still sleeping and resting? Enough! The hour has come. Look, the chosen one is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Rise, let us go. Here comes my betrayer."
Now Judas, one of the 12, appeared. With him was a crowd armed with swords and clubs, sent from the chief priests, the teachers of the law, and the elders. Now the betrayer had arranged a signal with them. "The one I kiss is the man. Arrest him and lead him away under guard." Going at once to Jesus, Judas said, "Rabbi," and kissed him. The guard seized Jesus and arrested him. Then one of those standing near drew his sword and struck the servant of the high priest, cutting off his ear. "Am I leading a rebellion," said Jesus, "that you have come out with swords and clubs to capture me? Every day I was with you, teaching in the temple courts, and you did not arrest me. But the scriptures must be fulfilled." A young man wearing nothing but linen garment was following Jesus. When they seized him, he fled, leaving his garment behind.
The fourth lesson is from Mark chapter 15, verses 1 through 15. Very early in the morning, the chief priest with the elders, the teachers of the law, and the whole Sanhedrin reached a decision. They bound Jesus, led him away, and handed him over to Pilate. "Are you the king of the Jews?" asked Pilate. "Yes, it is as you say," Jesus replied. The chief priest accused him of many things. So again Pilate asked him, "Aren't you going to answer? See how many things they are accusing you of." But Jesus still made no reply, and Pilate was amazed. Now it was the custom at the feast to release a prisoner whom the people requested. A man called Barabbas was in prison with the insurrectionists who had committed murder in the uprising. The crowd came up and asked Pilate to do for them what he usually did. "Do you want me to release to you the king of the Jews?" asked Pilate, knowing it was out of envy that the chief priest had handed Jesus over to him. But the chief priest stirred up the crowd to have Pilate release Barabbas instead. "What shall I do, then, with the one who called the king of the Jews?" Pilate asked him. "Crucify him," they shouted. "Why? What crime has he committed?" asked Pilate. But they shouted all the louder, "Crucify him." Wanting to satisfy the crowd, Pilate released Barabbas to them. He had Jesus flogged and handed him over to be crucified.
The fifth lesson is from Mark chapter 15, verses 16 through 20. The soldiers led Jesus away into the palace, that is, the praetorium, and called together the whole company of soldiers. They put a purple robe on him, then wove a crown of thorns and set it on him, And they began to call out to him, "Hail, King of the Jews!" Again and again they struck him on the head with a staff and spit on him. Falling on their knees, they worshipped him. And when they had mocked him, they took off the purple robe and put his own clothes on him. Then they led him to crucify him.
The sixth lesson comes from Mark chapter 15, verses 25 to 32. It was the third hour when they crucified him. The written notice of the charge against him read, "The King of the Jews." They crucified 2 robbers with him, one on his right and one on his left. Those who passed by hurled insults at him, shaking their heads and saying, "So, you who are going to destroy the temple and build it back in 3 days, come down from the cross and save yourself." In the same way, the chief priests and the teachers of the law mocked him among themselves. "He saved others," they said, "but he can't save himself. Let this Christ, this King of Israel, come down now from the cross, that we may see and believe." Those crucified with him also heaped insults on him.
The seventh lesson, Mark 15:33 through 41. At the 6th hour, darkness came over the whole land until the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? When some of those standing near heard this, they said, listen, he's calling Elijah. And one man ran, filled a sponge with wine vinegar. He put it on a stick and offered it to Jesus to drink. Leave him alone now. Let's see if Elijah comes to take him down. With a loud cry, Jesus breathed his last. The curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. And when the centurion who stood there in front of Jesus heard his cry and saw how he died, he said, surely this man was the chosen of God.